Hello and welcome to our study channel at Government Law College Sirohi. The purpose of this channel is to teach various law subjects prescribed by Mohanlal Sukhadia University to the law first year, second year and third year student. My name is Vijay Kumar and I'm Assistant Professor Law at GLC Sirohi. In this video, since this is the first video pertaining to Law of Contract 2, we are going to discuss about the prescribed syllabus and what all we are going to study in the Law of Contract 2. So the Law of Contract 2 is basically about contract of guarantee, contract of indemnity, contract of bailment, contract of pledge. Apart from that, we are going to also study about Sale of Goods Act and Partnership Act. So this is the official copy of the syllabus, which is also available on the website of university. Name of the paper is Indian Contract Act, Indian Partnership Act and Sale of Goods Act along with specific contract. So if you remember, in law first year we have dealt with the Indian Contract Act section 1 to 75, that is general principle of contract. Here in the part 2 we are going to discuss from section 124 onward of Indian Contract Act. So the section 124 onward, the Indian Contract Act deals with specific types of contract. Apart from this, the certain important concept with respect to partnership, the establishment of partnership, types of partnership, the rights and duties of partners to each other, that also we are going to discuss. The third important portion of the contract part 2 is Sale of Goods Act. So the principle governing sale of goods is also dealt with in here. Uh, the paper is total of 100 marks and minimum marks for passing is 36. So here we'll see the details about the syllabus, the contract of indemnity and guarantee. So the contract of indemnity is basically there are two parties in it. One is indemnified and the other one is indemnifier. The guarantee is when a person gives guarantee for the act of other. So here there are three parties. So what all we are going to cover is the meaning of indemnity, the meaning of guarantee, then the distinction between the two, indemnity and guarantee, and the types of guarantee, right? So this is going to be covered. The second part is pertaining to rights and duties of indemnity holders, the right of surety, extent and liability of the surety, and thereafter the last one is discharge of liability of the surety. So basically in short, we'll see it in detail once we go through indemnity and guarantee. In short, indemnity is basically, insurance is a type of indemnity. So uh, protecting someone from losses is indemnity, whereby one party undertakes to protect the other party from loss if it is caused. So that is basically the meaning of indemnity. So these four things we are going to do under that. The guarantee also, these parties will be covered by the guarantee. Okay. The second chapter pertains to bailment and pledge. So what is bailment? What is pledge? What is the distinction between the two? And what is the rights and duties of bailer and bailee? So there are two parties in bailment. Pledge is a type of bailment only. Only difference is that in pledge there is some loan or some amount taken and some security is given for that purpose. So bailment is without any loan or without any security. Pledge is with the security. So rights and duties we are going to discuss. After that, the termination of contract of bailment. So how the contract of bailment comes to an end, that will be discussed. Apart from this, Position under the Contract Act of, we have studied this under the quasi contract, the provision with respect to quasi contract, which is given in general principle of contract, that is done in part 1. So here we'll again discuss with this concept pertaining to bailment. Then thereafter the last part is contract of pledge. So pledge is very important as far as the law of banking is concerned. So this meaning definition, pledge by unauthorized person. So what will be the value of pledge if it is given by the unauthorized person? Okay. So these are the two specific type of contract. Sorry, the four specific type of contract. The first one is indemnity, second is guarantee, third one is bailment, and the fourth one is pledge. The final special type of contract is agency. So what is the meaning of agency, what are the mode of acquiring agency, and what are the types of agency? This is the first part in agency part. So basically there are two parties. First is principal and the second one is agent. So what is the relation between principal and agent? What is the relation between principal and third party? Third party is someone who is not having any direct contractual relationship, but through whom some work is being done. So that is the third party. So what is going to be their responsibility towards each other, and what is going to be their rights, that will be discussed. And agent and third party relationship. The last part of agency is determination of agent's authority. So what is the authority there? I mean, the scope of authority of agent will be discussed. So suppose the principal engages an agent for doing a specific task, or if a general authority is given to an agent or a specific authority is given for that example, then in that case what will be the okay. So the part relating to agency, the scope of authority of agent will be discussed. That is going to be the final part. So the agency may be created by act of the parties, or agency may be created by operation of law. There are two modes of acquisition of agency. This one will be discussing. This one will be discussed when we'll go into detail. Thereafter, the fourth chapter is relating to Sale of Goods Act. Under Sale of Goods Act, the first one is meaning, definition, and element of sale of goods. Then agreement to sale, hire purchase, agreement and contract, and a contract for work and labor. Meaning and distinction from sales. So the type of sale, and what is the difference between sale and agreement to sale, agreement for hire purchase, and agreement and a contract for work arrangement. So these are the different concept wherein sale will be distinct from these other concept. The third portion in Sale of Good Act is with respect to goods, which is existing, future, or contingent goods. So what are the goods which are existing, which is going to be bought in future, and those which are conditional. Then condition and warranties, then passing of property and risk from seller to buyer, sale by unauthorized person, law relating to performance of sale, right of unpaid seller. These are various concepts which will be part of your Sale of Goods Act. The last one is the contract relating to partnership. So Partnership Act 1972 will be discussed. Under the Partnership Act, we have your definition, meaning, the formation of partnership, the characteristic of the contract of partnership, distinction between various type of partnership, the partnership and co-ownership, partnership. Basically, this is distinction between different type of association from partnership. So joint Hindu family, firm, and partnership, company and partnership. Here one thing is to be noted, that partnership is as such is not a legal person, but company is a legal person. So these distinction we will discuss in detail. Position of minor being a partner. Minor can be admitted as a partner in a firm, but what will be his rights, duties, liabilities, that will be discussed here. relation intersect between partners and relation of partners with third parties. So partners का आपस में relation and with the third party what is going to be the rights and duties. Registration of partnership firm, though registration is not mandatory, but for the purpose of initiation of any legal action, registration is advisable. It has to be done for legal action. So what is the formality where you need to apply for registration, that will be discussed. The final part is dissolution of partnership and of firm. So how the partnership comes to an end, what are the different modes by which partnership is dissolved. It will be these are the important cases. Apart from these cases, we will also discuss other cases. So these 5 cases are given in your syllabus. You have to go through this because this is part of the syllabus. There are other important cases which, along with once we go into detail of specific part, we will discuss that. And these are the books which you can refer to. In this, I would advise you to either of these books is good, but if you want to study in detail, you go for Avatar Singh Law of Partnership, Principle of Law of Sale of Goods, as well as Avatar Singh for the Law of Contract also. Otherwise, Andy Kapoor also you can go through, and Pollock and Mullah also you can go through. So my advice is for Avatar Singh, Samvida Vidhi or Law of Contract. Okay, thank you very much. Next chapter will discuss about indemnity and bailment. Okay, thank you.